So just let me go through the doubts first one by one, then I'll get back to you for the topics. Is my yeah? Just hold on. I'm sharing my screen. Yeah. So Shreyansh, I think is not there now. This doubt may come for others also uh, regarding the grading of your assignments and quizzes. Please do not look for the overall gradings. So whatever the marks you have obtained for that assignment or quiz, that marks only will be considered for your entire assessment period. So because this grading setup we have not completely done because there is a variable nature is there on the number of assignments and the number of quizzes. So do not worry. You should not worry about this 9 by 100. Is it to be considered? No, you have to consider only your 9 marks for that particular assignment or for that particular quiz. So that is one answer here. And sir, I submitted my assignment 6, but a copy. This is what I was trying to tell you now. So the edit option is not given to the students, not to submit multiple files. So if at all you have to, if you are, you need to resubmit your assignments, then send the file to the faculty email ID. So the faculty will try to replace that particular file. So that is one thing. Sir, I submitted my science 6, sir, and thought there was only one question, but when I read it, it understood there are two questions. Yes, there are two questions in that one. So I tried my so once you submit that file, there is no, you will not get an option to resubmit it again. So please send your file to me, the final version of your file. Then I will replace the file from the faculty login. Okay. Yeah. Any other doubts, please? Yeah, Nitin, one doubt is there. Sir, I almost completed the crawling task. I have to insert the contact forms. Good. I also wanted to do task 2 as an application data. Is it allowed to submit both the tasks and you can pick the best of? Oh, you are giving option again to evaluate both the things and to pick one of them. So yeah, if you can do it, you submit it. There's no wrong in that one. I'm going to just stop. I want to add a personal projects. Okay, you can continue with your work, no problem. So if you want to insert your contact forms, uh, so here, uh, this contact forms, you can do it with your PHP MySQL. Very simple task. You can put in one PHP file your HTML. Already you have designed that email of your assignment 3, which contains your HTML. Do you remember your in assignment 3, there is one question which is related to your email.
Yes, sir. Actually, as it is just simulation, I can just do it in a day, sir. That's not an issue.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just wanted to submit the other task also, sir, so that you can
yeah.
the
You can
best.
submit it. Submit it together only in one file.
Yes, sir.
So any other doubts, please? Those are attending the session now. So I think,
Sir,
yeah.
sorry to ask again, but there's a huge confusion on what exactly entails task one, uh, you know, requirements. So, what exactly are we supposed to do in task one? Everyone is saying different things, so I thought if, sir, could you tell us one more time?
See, task 1 is basically a web crawling. It is not actually a web scraping. See here, there is a difference between web crawling and web scraping. See, when the assignment was initially given to you, so because there are so many tasks, so we have not emphasized on the web scraping, or you call it as scrapping, whatever it may be. So scraping is basically you need to extract the data from your web sources. When I say web source means it need not be a website. It can be another, like if you go to a Facebook, or if you go to other YouTube channels, or if you go to your other chatting sessions or chatting web applications, you can also extract that information to some extent, not all the things which are not encrypted you can extract it. So that is web scraping. So when the assignment was given, later some students have asked, sir, whether uh, so we can do web scraping or not. Then we said, yes, you can go ahead. You can always. We are not limiting you to do certain tasks only. That's why web scraping is also has come into picture. But actually, it is not the requirement for task one. In fact, so some only when few people are interested in that one, they went forward to do the web scraping assignment. Means web, that is also a task. This they have interested to do that one. So let me clearly tell you what is web crawling. Just you need to go to your program should fetch the links that are available on the other websites. Not only the links, the title and the headings and a little bit information. That is only just that is crawling. That's all. That is a very simple exercise. You yourself, students, when you are discussing among yourselves, you have thought that you can do some more extra works, and you have get into that particular in-depth work of that one. It has also included web scraping also. So that's why when you discuss with your friends, you may get confused on that one. So to if you look to directly, the only the question which asked from myself is basically that is only crawling. It is not even extracting the internal information from those websites or web sources. Is
Yes,
it clear,
sir.
Shruti? Yeah.
Also, sir, under what is to be expected or what will be checked in the task one and task two, it was written to have five web pages and in
Yes.
all of those. Is
Yes.
that still applicable for task
Yes.
one?
Yes. Those instructions are, yes, it is applicable. There is no doubt in that one.
So
See,
there's
when
a
you are,
there's a
yeah.
login and admin page for task one.
Yes. 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 Their login will be there. Login page will be there. Once you log in, a successful login is done, you get an appropriate page with some links. If you are not able to log in, you have to come back to your login page or your home page, whatever it may be. Are you getting this point?
Yes, sir.
So here, now I will tell you. So, see, the students who are attending the session, I would like to share some information. See, you might have seen so many different types of websites or web applications. Some require login, some doesn't require login. Okay, just I'm telling some features here. Just try to understand here. Then we'll come to the actual point in the later stage. Just for you to have some information here. So some websites will have login requirements. Some websites do not have login requirements. Some, that is web applications. I say web application here. Now, if you go to simple Google, what do you find in the Google? See, if you say Google, do you require any login for this such information here? No. By default, they don't give any. They don't require any login information. So that's what the authentication is not required for this kind of applications here. Not only Google, you go to you if you go to some other website. Suppose you say yahoo.com. So if you go to this yahoo.com, it is also a website over here. Here, this to see this information, you don't require any login requirements to browse. So basically, it can be a home page, or you can call it as an index page. So this information is being provided over here. Similarly, when you go to Amazon, website or web application. This is basically this is e-commerce website, e-commerce, electronic commerce. So you are doing some kind of transactions on these kinds of websites. Now this is a news website, Yahoo. It is providing some news. Now this Google is a search engine. Basically, a search process is taking place over here. So you see, there are different types of websites, web applications. If you look to our university website, again, this is information providing. So these are all. Do you require any login over here? No. The login, without login also, you can try to browse this particular information. So different websites. That's basically different web application. That's a web application or web resources. These are all resources. You are getting some information from these sources. Now, each resources are of different types. Some are business websites, some are information provided websites, some are information searching websites. Okay, like this, you see different websites, different web applications. Each website has its own set of requirements. So you have to understand depending on what type of application you are going to build. Suppose you are going to build like a student registration system, or you are going to build something your own personal website. So there are two different web applications. One is your personal website, then another is your student registration system. So obviously, it is obvious that student registration system requires an authentication or a login process. Whereas your personal website, it is up to you. So if you want to have a privacy, then you can say only authorized users are able to view your web pages. It's not that it is to be public, it is a private. So some privacy information is there. You put some restriction on your own personal website. You cannot make your website to be public. So at that time, your same website has to be now made into something like you need to provide authentication for your personal website. So you have to understand what is the user requirements and what type of application or the target, in other terms, who are the target users of your web application. So depending on your target users and your requirements, you need to provide different features. So now you are in the learning stage. So in this learning stage, you need to learn all different set of features, whatever it is possible from you. So technically you need to gain some knowledge and skills in developing your web applications properly. So that's why we emphasize for you, when you are developing your own web applications, you need to come understand how you can provide certain features such as authentication, such as insertions of users, adding of new users, or modifying the existing users, or deleting certain users, or providing certain pages to certain users, or providing certain resources like your search operations. If you have a huge collection of data in your database, how that information can be searched by different users. These are the primary things, these are the basic things. Whether you go for a web application or you go for a mobile application, these are the primary activities that needs to be performed on on your website, or on your web application, or on the mobile application. So you need to get conversant, you need to get a confidence on how to design and develop these kind of things. That's why I keep on repeatedly saying these are the things you need to do, so and so. So don't think that those are very trivial or not related to your that particular question. How, why authentication is required? This answer is already given to you some time back when somebody asked why really the authentication, the user login is required when only with only 2-3 pages. So I told them clearly, you are going to gain the knowledge and your skills to how these features can be incorporated on your applications. Are you getting this point, Shruti?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you always get a practice on how to implement and how to use them on your web applications more specifically. So that's why that task one and task two, you need to at least see, without having certain 4 or 5 web pages, how can you get the navigation from one web page to another web page? Or how you feel, how your web application looks like, how do you come to know? So at least you require certain minimum number of web pages. if you want to go from one web page to another web page. So moving from one web page to another web page is basically we call it as navigation. Navigation is nothing but coming from one web resource to another web resource. So that navigation feature should be there. If you logged in as an administrator of a web application, you have the rights to add users, modify the users, or delete the users. If you are a normal user, so as a developer, as a web developer, you should take care of, you should first design your web application. So that thinking, the creativity, who can be the users of your application and who can be the actual administrators, and what are all the things that needs to be put on that particular web pages. How best you can make use that of that web application seen by many of them. Are you getting this point?
Yes, sir.
So yeah. So am I clear with your doubt now? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So task one and or task two, whoever does, even if you are doing web crawling also, if you can keep certain 4 or 5 pages, in each page you can have a different URL or a different activity. In one page, you can have the addition and deletion of users or modifying the users. In another page, you can ask the user to enter the URL. Based on the user entering the URL, that particular URL, when it is been clicked, it will crawl to get that particular title or your links of that particular web page. So you anyway you will have the logout session. So in that login logout session, you can use your cookies and means your once you logged in. So that user who are logs in, that user has got certain privileges to use so and so web pages. So you have so many features you can keep it. That's why in every web application there will be a lot of things to be need to be done. So all those things, of course, we are not making you to training all those technologies and all those features, but we are trying our best to make you to think and try to extract from information from you what all the best things you can do. So this web application is basically creativity. The more creativity comes in, the more attractive you can make it your web application to look like, and the corresponding users also more in number. That's why it has to come. It will not come only with developing only one or two applications based. The more you do it. So web services, web applications is the more important thing here. For the business world always runs with this web creativity only. Yeah. So any other doubts, please, for anyone? No problem. You can please put forward your questions. Gayatri, you have sent me this, so I will do that one. Okay. Immediately after the session is over, I will just upload it. Okay, question asked by Tarun, sir, how to submit the final task, sir? All code should be uploaded on see, yes, GitHub will definitely ask. You can run your own program on the GitHub itself. In fact, you can run your web page on the GitHub. So please have a practice of that also. Don't worry. I'm not giving more tasks for you. Don't worry. So you try to understand what there, right? So what you need to do, yes, you can put all your code on the GitHub. Yes, Tarun. You have to upload your code on the GitHub for task one or task two, whatever the task you are doing. So it will be a repository for you only. Your code, these are your own codes. So later, whenever you look back after 2 or 3 years or 4 years, so what is the exact submission procedure, sir? See, what is the exact submission procedure, sir? See, exact submission procedure is, I told you clearly, you have to upload your code on the GitHub and provide the URL for us, for our teacher, means for your teacher, myself or for Dr. Satish. Means when you submit the assignment, your URL should be there. So we will try to browse your GitHub and we will see whether your code is running over there or not. Or on download the code and we'll run it on our systems, whether it's running or not, and you have incorporated whatever we required there for the instructions. This procedure already I told you there. It is there here. Please look into this procedure. Okay. Moreover, I have just so course evaluation. This is posted on 19th October. and the revised version is posted on 6th November. So don't confuse between this. That's why this is the old one and this is a new one. See, the web application or the website that you are looking should be publicly accessible and the source code should be downloadable from GitHub. You have to upload your code on the GitHub. Submit the hyperlinks of that particular GitHub as part of the submission of the assignment. It is written here. If you are giving in your GitHub, if you have multiple links, you can put all those links, whatever it may be. If you are uploading all this, see, if you go to the GitHub, have you seen the GitHub, how it looks like? So go to the github.com. I'm just showing, see here. This is my GitHub web page. So here you can see these are your, you can upload your codes once you logged in here. This is your repository. So suppose I have written one program here called face detection using this particular. So you have to upload all these codes like this. You can upload, add a file, create a new file, and upload your files over here. You can create directories and you can put the corresponding codes if you want to put some hierarchy over here. Is it clear, Tarun? Or still having any doubt? Yeah. Any other doubts, please? So this is one some actually another student, MCA student has asked this one. So this is basically if you want to send email from your the assignment. So in the assignment you have created your first name, email, your message. So and you are inserting a submit button. Once you click the submit button, so this is the method. The form action is basically the post. So you can, when this post submit button has been clicked here, that is your submit button is set. That means you click here. So these are your variables and you're using a function called mail. So here this mail function is going to be used in the PHP and you are going to put the corresponding, these are the parameters, the two values, your email address, subject, message, address. So he is asking whether to do this kind of thing. Yes, this is what is expected actually. This particular part you might have done already. This particular part you might have already done in the assignment 3. So when you are doing in the task or if somebody is interested in this one, you can try to incorporate this particular feature, the PHP file. Yeah, any other doubts, please?
Sir, actually that Node.js, I mean sending mail through Node.js is not working, sir.
Yeah, so, Nitin, you, last 2 weeks you are asking that question. Sorry to that, but I have not tried it yet. But I know I have not looked into that problem actually. Every time I look into that, some other thing is coming and I'm just postponing it. So I will get back to you once it is done. I will show you the output. Okay. Just hold
Yes.
on.
Yes, sir. And also, you said that we can post on GitHub, no, sir. But actually, that's only for static websites, no, sir. We cannot host PHP websites.
PHP, you upload your codes there. Don't post. Posting means what is the meaning of post here? Please
Uh,
upload your code there.
like that.
Hello.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yeah. Your voice a little bit broken. Just no. So I'm trying suggesting is you upload your code there. We will download it. You if you cannot run it, leave it like that. No problem.
Yes, sir.
But if you are developing some web applications, they do support to run over there. You kindly check on that one. Hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, I also guess assignment 3 marks are not yet given, sir, for everyone.
No, not for everyone. Yeah, some of them I have completed, but not for everyone. So I'm going through one by one only. So yeah, last Saturday, Sunday, I was completely busy with Moodle only for the new admissions. So I could not complete those exercises. I will do it maybe today or tomorrow. By tomorrow, I'll complete it. Yashaswani and Gayatri, actually, have you submitted this assignment 6?
Yes, sir.
But I have not given you provision to submit it, right?
We submitted
Am I right?
in lab this
Aha,
things.
okay. There, you, one second. Okay, let me just check. I'm checking in the theory. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, any other doors, please? Yeah, I'm able to see some of them have submitted this one. Are you able to see? Oh, just hold on. I'm presenting it again. So this is what Gayatri has submitted. Your sixth assignment is this one, right? So you want to change this one now. Hello, Gayatri, are you there? Are you online? Yeah, yeah. Gayatri, are you online? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yes, yes. So this is what you have submitted. You want to change it now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, Gayatri and who is Yashaswani. So Yashaswani, are you online?
Yes, sir.
So when you just enter the value, means when you enter the value, automatically your data has been fetched up from here,
Yes, sir.
from the database. Good, good. So only one question is there. Okay, you are not done the second one. Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay. I will just upload it after the class is over. Yeah. Yeah, any other doubts, please? Sir, in assignment 3, I had got 9 out of. Yes, that's what Rupesh, I just told in the beginning of the session. Please don't look for the percentages now. So whatever the marks you get it, that is the mark you got it for that assignment. Don't look for any percentages. This percentages is the overall calculation, and our course is basically it is a variable number of assignments. So don't look for percentages at this moment. Please check your assignment 3. I already evaluated, and why 1 mark is reduced. I have given the reason for that. So these are the marks. That's all. You just keep counting your marks. Don't look for any percentages at this moment. I already told somebody in the beginning of the session also. Yeah. Yeah, any other doubts, please?
So we are unable to view our answers from in quizzes 1 to 8, I guess, sir. The previous
Deadline
quiz.
is over. That is already deadline. I mean, deadlines are passed. Why your answers will get already you have crossed your
I mean, if we just want to cross check what we have written and also the right answers,
right answers at that time only. You might have got the answers for that.
yes, sir. But the
Yeah.
questions also we are losing, also, sir.
Questions, see, questions you will get back your questions once we already taken up all the marks from your quizzes. So once we will complete that one, we'll put back the questions again. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Once you all the because it is not what is actually happening is some people are having some high fever and other health issues are there. For them, we are opening for them. So we are not closed completely yet. So we don't want to just so once all your evaluations of enter means almost very near to the semester and we'll put the questions again back to that and you can see your questions. Any other doubts, please? Sir, in the crawling task, can you take the keyword from the user? Yes, that's what in one of the web page, you have to get the input from the user, what exactly he wants to have. If suppose he is looking for a web address or a URL, or he wants to search for a particular item or a keyword, something like that, you can keep it. That will be one of the feature. Yes, Ashwani, you have to. Those are the out of the 5 pages, one page will be something. Yes, this is one of the keyword to search or you are entering the URL is another web page. These features you have to come out with your own ideas. What are the other things you can keep it? or a web URL starting with only a particular letter or a set of letters, and display the results? Yes, of course. When the user gives some inputs, always the user expects some results. Outputs will be there. It's not that only you take the inputs from the user and you will not give the outputs. It is implied. Once you take an input from the user, so what is that your program is giving to that user? That is the most important thing. No, results should also be always. It is implied. Implied in the sense, by default, if the input is taken from the user is expecting the output also. That's it. It is understood. You have to store it. That's what I told you. You can do some more operations on that one. You please do. Once you collect the values from those, means once you crawl it, once you collect those crawled values are there, that you put it in the temporary variables in your program. Your temporary variables values can be stored into your database.
So, sir, after searching, we have after searching. I mean, when the user searches for some particular keyword, we'll get the results and then store that into a database, right, sir?
Yes, you can store it in an array here. That's what this question was asked by Nitin some time back, I think, Nitin or somebody. See, an array values has to be stored here. How do you store that array of values? Sorry, I think uh, yeah, I think Nitin only maybe. I don't know, Tarun or Nitin. That in the video one previous some 4 or 5 videos back, this question, the same question I answered here. You need to collect the multiple values. Okay,
Yes,
Yashaswini.
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
those multiple values has to be stored in your array, or you have to put it in a loop. There are two ways here. Either you can store it in an array, or you can put in a loop, collecting, storing, collecting, storing, collecting, storing. It means you will be overhead. You will be there collecting and writing, collecting and writing, reading and writing, reading and writing. But don't look for the performance issues at this moment. Okay. So you
Okay,
just,
sir.
yeah, collect it, store it, collect it and store it.
Okay, sir. So,
But you need to,
what I actually thought was first we have to collect the entire information and store it in a database. And when a user asks something, we have to retrieve from the database. That is what I thought. So I
yes, you
had
can.
a doubt
That
when
is
you
the
said
way
that.
I am telling you. See, that particular way is also acceptable. It is not that. That is your logic. You are trying to develop the application like that. It is acceptable. But what happens is, see, you look to the number of read operations and the number of write operations. What do you mean by data storing? Can anybody tell me what is meant by data storing? Anybody? Anyone can tell me? Data
So,
storage or data means your data is getting stored on what?
in the memory, the database.
Yes, it is storing in the memory. Memory means your hard disk, not
Yes,
in the
sir.
main memory. It is in your store, going to store it in the hard disk.
Yeah.
So when you are going to read and write data from your hard disk, will that be taking more time, or when you read it from from the web pages, will it take more time? Which one will take more time here? If you look for the just for discussion here, which one will take more time? Whether you read the data, continuously reading data from the hard disk will take more time, or you just without hard disk, if you are directly retrieving the data from the web, it will take more time, provided the bandwidth is constant at the most for both the cases, in the sense that your data transmission. Have you understood the question, Yashaswini?
Yes, sir. I don't know like which one takes more time.
So, information technology course. Have you studied information technology IT course? Maybe it's very
Yes, sir.
preliminary. So, in the IT course, when you have studied, you might have seen uh, uh, reading data from RAM, reading data from cache memory, reading data from hard disk, reading data from
Mm.
your external storage devices, which will take more time.
Cache will take the less time. That
Yeah,
is,
very
I'm
good.
sure not.
Okay.
And I guess hard disk will take more time. I'm not really sure on this.
Mm. So you should not forget those the learned one things earlier. So See, you have four different types of devices. That's what RAM, cache, RAM, hard disk, and an external hard disk is again internal connected to your computer system, and an external hard disk. There are four
Oh,
different types of storage devices. Okay,
yes, sir.
so which is going to be fastly accessible in the sense that data can be accessed fastly in which from which type of device? That is a question actually to be straightforward. Is a technical question here. So you said that cache memory is going to be very fast, very good. So your hard disk is going to be very slow, yes or no? As compared to cache
Yeah.
and your RAM. If you
Yeah.
are going to store your data in register, that is going to be more faster, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this hierarchy, memory hierarchy, you might have studied earlier in your computer organization or your IT
Mm.
courses earlier. So what happens is now, if you are so there is a huge quantity of data and you are trying to read and write data with respect to your hard disk. So do you know how much delay and how much latency will takes place here when you means huge quantity? Suppose there is a big database is there here.
Mm.
So now you just for your imagination here. So when you have a huge thousands of records of data is there. So fetching data from the hard disk will take more time actually. And if you
Yes,
are
sir.
frequently doing it, it will kill your response time. It will not be in the real time. And your
Okay.
hard disk also will definitely it will be problematic in the later stages when you run for a longer time. Okay. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
why people try to go for without storing only display it if that application doesn't require storage of data.
Okay, sir.
Now here in this task, I ask you to store it. So better you store it so that you will know how to store it and how to retrieve it. So we are not looking for performance issues here at this moment. That's what I was telling you in the earlier also.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other doubts, please? Subramaniam, yeah. Your doubt is, sir, I didn't put any CSS for the assignments 4, 5, 6, but I have done a good level of CSS for assignment 3. So is it required to keep CSS for the others? See, of course, I am not justifying myself that I have not given that CSS explicitly in the question. What I usually expect, not only me, any teachers or this can be always applicable for all other courses also, and for your lifetime. Please remember, all of you, whatever you have learned so far, you have to apply it, and you have to continue using that one. You have to continually means the previous features. Question is not asked for this. So when it is open to you, when the questions are open to you, you should be always flexible, and you should be very optimized in trying to implement what are the things that you already learned, especially the current going semester. That's why, see, if you look to the courses in this semester for you, you have a database course. So we have a web technologies course. So you both the courses are going to be useful for you. You can apply your database principles, database knowledge in our course. You can apply our web technologies principles, web technology strategies, technologies onto your database applications also. So this is the way you need to implement. You need to incorporate your whatever your learnings have been carrying on. So, Subramanya, is it okay? Strictly speaking, this is not an examination, not testing your skills and all. So, when there is a competitive examination, where is really an examination going on, so these are your assignments, of course. If it is not asked in the questions, you need not explicitly use it. But it is always better also for you to have the practice to revise and to so that you can keep in touch with those things, because what happens is the more my intention is always here. That's why I give more exercises. Why? All because I want you to do more so that you can gain more knowledge and more skills, and you can remember for a longer period of time, not just after completing the semester you will forget it. That is the purpose. Of course, some you are all very smart students also. Of course, you are very hardworking, I agree to that. But what happens is our human tendency is after next year you will forget most of the things. So that level of forgiveness I want you to reduce. That is the only thing. So please, if you can do it, you do it. Otherwise, if the question doesn't say, you don't do it. That's not a problem. But it's always preferable to apply apply, keep on applying the previous things what you have learned. That is a very good habit. Please try to inculcate that habit for you. So some of my request to increase the assignment submission date 5, submission assignment number 5 submission date, right? Rupesh, are you looking for that? Assignment 5 submission date has to be extended, right? Rupesh? Yes. So, okay. Tomorrow is a deadline, I think. Yeah. I'll do that one. Yeah, I'll do that one. No problem. Yes, sir. Like the last three were including more of the things like PHP, so I kind of ignored it. No problem. See, now web applications, please remember your HTML, your CSS, your JavaScripts, and server programming language. It can be PHP, it can be JSP, it can be Node.js or something like that. These are all together only will be there always. Nobody says using if they want explicitly to look for certain technologies, they may say that you have to use CSS 3, CSS 5, or DHTML. So they explicitly say it. If they don't say it, it implies that you need to show your knowledge. You have to show your what is your outcome once you learn something. Okay, Subramaniam. So don't worry about that. I will once we because we are not mentioned on the CSS, we'll not look into that. See, our technology courses, these are all technology courses. These are not science courses, basically. In the science, you will have the constraints, you will have the specifications clearly. That's why in the science courses and in the engineering also, what you expect is what is the condition to be met. So what is the condition to be met? For that condition, you are going to solve certain problems. So that's why you always look for certain conditions, certain criteria, and certain features that are required for. But when you are learning technology courses, technology is a new methodology, is a new techniques. So the more you explore, the more benefit for you. So you need to be open. That's why there is a lot of improvement in the technological aspects. Why people come with more new ideas, more smart ideas, because this is what the changing technology changes. Technology is the change for your our improvement. So definitely there is an improvement is going to come. That improvement will come only when there is a change. That's why we don't put any constraints in conditions. You have to do this, you have to incorporate this feature, you have to use this tool only. Like that you don't keep it. That's where you always, that's what our philosophy is. So you have to understand that you have to continue using those features whatever you have learned so far. So what is happening, Indradev? What about your friends? Are they practicing? So Rupesh is very regular, Rupesh and Mumtaz. Indradev from last week is coming. So I hope all your friends are okay and they're doing good. Are you there, Indradev? Are you online?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what about your friends? Are they doing the exercises regularly? Of course, I can see from these usages from my course pages, they are using it. If I see the log files, they are using it. That is not a problem. But so please explain assignment 5 question. Okay. Sir, you said you'll explain how to create your own domain name. How to deploy it already I given Gayatri. Hello, Gayatri. Yeah. So see how to deploy your own website. I have told you. Have you present for that session? NG Rock.
Yes, sir, I was there.
NG Rock. So if you are running your own web server on your laptop, so you can just install that NG Rock. So once you install that NGRock, there's a small binary file will be there. Once you install onto your laptop, you will be connected, and the NGRock will give you a temporary domain name. Means a random name will be given. So what is your domain name? So usually your domain name is something like your abc.com or xyz.com. But what happens is because you're using that NGRock facility, they will add their own subdomain name ngrock.io along with your along with the some abc.com.ngrock.io. That will be the domain name. If you don't want to use that ngrock.io, or you want to have a specific with your name, then they may charge you a little bit money. So those are not free. So like your godaddy.com and other web domain name providers, they will charge you some yearly, some 400 rupees or 500 rupees yearly subscription has to be there. Even the NGRock people, they will without charging any money, they can deploy your website. But provided your domain, your requested domain name may not be, they may not be able to give you. If you want to be having a specific website, then they will give it. A little bit of charging will be there for that. Are you clear with this, Gayatri? Yeah. So this assignment 5, let me open the question here. Yeah. You able to see my, okay, just let me share you the screen. Oh, assignment 5 already last week also I explained this one. Node.js and MongoDB integration. Yash Rastogi,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So this one basically, have you installed Node.js onto your system?
Yes, sir.
What about have you installed MongoDB?
Sir, I have installed, but there is a problem in connection of Node.js and MongoDB.
So what is the library you are using there?
Sir, the library that you mentioned in
MongoJS.
PDF. Yeah,
Mon-
MongoJS, right?
MongoJS. I asked you to install the MongoJS, right?
Yeah.
So what is the error you are getting now?
Sir, I don't know, some in Windows command prompt some error are coming, and I don't know whether.
Are you
Sir, I'm
running on the
trying
Windows
to.
operating system or Linux, sir?
Sir, Windows operating system.
Windows operating system.
Yeah,
So
sir.
you just share the screen print of that one. If I can try
Sir,
to
right
correct
now
it,
I'm
I'll
not
just.
able to share the screen.
Sorry.
Sir, right now I'm not able to share the screen of my laptop. That's why.
Oh, no problem. Then once you get, if it is okay, you can share me by tonight or tomorrow, whatever you feel like it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I will just get back to you maybe as quickly as possible. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Maybe by tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Once I'll get some free time, I will look into that one.
Okay, sir. Sir,
So
can you
usually,
explain what the question says once again?
see here. The basically, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Uh, so can you read this one? If the step two, you have to install your MongoJS library, and you need to write a small Node.js, that is .js program to connect to your MongoDB like this.
Yes, sir.
So is the step three clear?
Yes, sir. But sir, we have Mongo D and Mongos for Windows. I have studied Mongo D and Mongo. What is that, sir?
MongoDB is a server, and Mongo is only a client.
Yes, sir.
MongoDB, see, whenever you see this is a server and this is a client. Always client connects to the server.
Yes, sir.
Server is going to serve the things like client server. When the first unit was being taught, I told you there will be always two different programs. One is a client program, another is a server program. Server is a program which is running very far away, means not at your computer usually. And client is a person who is always request some information. So here, this MongoDB, the MongoDB database functions with respect to two programs. One program is acting like a server, the other program is acting like a client.
Yes, sir.
So when the client has to ask something, when the client asks something, there must be server should be running first. If the server doesn't run, the client cannot get the request to be performed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's why you start the MongoD.
Okay,
MongoD,
sir.
when you start on your computer, when you're running, so your server is ready to serve the request.
Okay, sir. Sir,
So
that
yeah,
Mongo JS and Mongo D is different, or
which one?
Mongo JS that you have said in the PDF?
Yes, MongoJS is different again. MongoJS is a library which is trying to connect both your MongoDB and Node.js.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Instead of MongoJS, there is another library called Mongoose. You can
Yes,
use
sir.
Mongoose also, no problem. Somebody asked me some time back, so I told him that they can use it. But if you can use the MongoJS, this will also be benefited for you. Both you can have the practice. It's up to
So
you.
these libraries work on Windows operating system, right?
Sorry?
Right. These guys are able to. We are able to work on a Windows libraries, Windows system on these libraries.
You can work it on the Linux also. Your Node.js can run on the Linux. MongoDB can also run on the Linux, provided you install those versions.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And you can install those libraries using npm on the Linux also.
Okay, sir. So I will try, sir, and if I am not able to done it, I will get back to you.
Oh, sure, sure. Okay. All the
Yes,
best.
sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, like, what my doubt is, like, suppose I go to a login form and I log in there, and
Hmm.
suppose you enter the wrong details, then it shows your username or something is wrong.
Hmm.
And then like what I was trying was like suppose it shows your username was wrong, and then I
Hmm.
mean like after I mean if that thing should disappear like in general like the notification or like whatever we show there.
That alert or your page, whatever
Yes,
it may be.
alert or
Hmm.
if we do from
There are
page.
different ways, Amma. There are different ways. You can show it them as an alert, or you can show it them on the web page itself,
Yes, sir.
or
Like I
you can.
tried using alert, but what it did was like it was showing from the first time. Like I go to the login page, it was showing from the first time all the alerts, like even before logging in. So
It
like
means
what I tried to do was like I tried to refresh the page after some time. Like is it okay? Like
uh,
I showed the message like this is wrong,
hmm.
and then I told that this page will refresh, and then you can enter your details.
No, you are just trying to see. Uh, yeah, one more important point I like to share here. See, never try your users to work according to your application. Always, please remember.
Yes, sir.
Students who are attending the session, please, one very important point here for web application or mobile applications. Users will not tune to your web application. I'm telling you, your web application should be tunable to the user's requirement, means user's interest. So usually, okay, as a learner, as a beginner, or as a developer is okay to some extent. But once the product is been launched onto the user side, means user is starts using your product, he will not. You don't make him forcibly to function according to your functionality of your website. So that never do it. If you do like that, the users will be very minimal. The users will not appreciate it. The users will not be more in number for your product. So that is more dangerous, I'm telling you. So always see, that's what whenever you write a program, your what will be the possible input cases, what are all the possibilities that can happen, or what are all the possibilities the users trying to look into that your web applications. These are all the things that you need to look into that aspect. So yeah, so that's why if you can for your assignment purpose and all, that is okay, that we can accept to certain extent, because you are the learner, you are incorporating certain features. But just to have an idea for you, you have to be very careful when you are developing these web applications, putting only certain features, and those certain features you are making the users to make understanding from what are the features you incorporate. That is more it will be complex for the
Yes,
users to
sir. Like I
understand.
wanted to show it like it. I wanted it to be neat, so like I just refreshed
Mhm.
the page.
Yeah.
Like I tried using the JavaScript, but like what it was showing, like it was showing the error. I mean, it was showing the alert message even before I log in. Like I just
No, no, no.
opened the
Before
page.
logging, showing some alert message, something logic is wrong there. Some
Yes,
means
sir. I tried that way, but so then I just found this one, so I just refreshed the page.
okay, no refreshing. See, so these are all the tricks the web developers use it. So with those tricks, you can just hide from the user to some extent only. But
Yes.
later, these are all the actually the performance issues will come, and these are not the good things actually. In fact, so we have to avoid somehow. So you have to design. That's what design phase is comes into picture. This is already a developed stage. So your design is something wrong there in your designing of your web page. Either the design of your the navigations, or design of your components, the way the functions of the components are activating, there the design process is wrong. That we need to trace it out now.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, can we use set timeout function in JavaScript, sir? After some time, the alert message will vanish. Yes, of course. These are all the tricks. These things can be incorporated. You can put the set timeout function to disappear the alerts and all, and automatically these things. Those are not correct way of writing your programming code. So these are all the bugs actually. They will turn out into bugs in the later stages in the production stage. So production stage means when the product actually is been made use of. So their things it will this that will be reflected there. So you should not make your customers very disappearing for you. So nobody has got patience to look into these aspects, please. So the designing comes into picture. So how to trace it out? Yes, now that's what I told you. Please look to your browser. In the browser, you have a tools. See, go to always whenever you're designing the websites, you go to your tools section here. Of course, I hope you are able to see my screen. I'm in presenting mode. Yeah. So go to the tool section here. So in the tool section, you go to the developer tools. Now you start looking for the elements, the console, the network. So here the network is there, which elements, which process is running first, which process is running next. This all will be listed when you suppose if you see, that's what I told you. Please look into this. These are the fundamental things. You can trace it out. If you suppose UHID, so now you see here which are all the things comes first, which are all the things comes next. You can see it here. So when you run your browser here, you look here which process is running here first. Subramaniam, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you try to trace it out. You have to trace out where is the mistake actually. So this is a waterfall model actually. So you learn more clearly in the software engineering course. But anyway, just for your understanding now you can have it. So you look here, what are the requests coming, how the requests are being serviced. You can see the each one has started at what time and all. So like these things will be, you can trace it out from this. Yeah. Anything else, please? Yes, please. Any doubts, please?